Something else. J-Dog back with another goddamn fucking interview. And we're back with part 2 with goddamn Paul from Deteriorot. He's fucking got some shit he's got to get off his goddamn chest. He's been fucking pissed lately. He's been texting me all these goddamn canoe-ass fucking poser fucking bands. He went into it a little bit fucking easy on the last fucking video. Man, he's just been fucking just goddamn steaming.
Man, you're gonna get my ass in trouble and shit.
Hey, you text me it.
Oh my gosh. Nah, you know, it's just like whatever, man. It's like you know, we come from a generation where fucking metal guys just look like the crowd and shit like that. You know, that's like that Metallica generation that came out of, say, LA, looking at all these hair-sprayed glam guys and being like, fuck this bullshit. We just want to be real freaking metal guys. And yeah, you know, people could wear what they want, but, you know, image does make a damn difference. I've seen comments of people saying, oh, well, I don't think I've ever looked at a record and cared what they were wearing versus what they sounded like. But yeah, you know what? In fucking 87 and shit, when we'd look at a fucking record, we'd be like, is this band any good? I don't know. Let's fucking flip the record over. What shirts are they wearing? Yeah, he's wearing a fucking Possessed shirt.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy this damn fucking record. So yeah, that's how we would, that's how, that was the starting line. That's how you thought a record was going to be freaking great. If you flip the record back and you saw that they were wearing a fucking Winger shirt, no, you know that's fucking some poser ass shit. Next.
Yeah. Well, so what do you say? Maybe you didn't watch it yet. You know, you do watch my stuff, but it just went up yesterday, and you've been here, so there's a chance you haven't watched it. I did that interview at Milwaukee Metal Fest with Internal Bleeding.
Okay.
Did you get to watch it yet or
no?
not?
I didn't get to
watch it. It literally went up yesterday morning.
Okay.
Anyways, the response was because I busted their fucking balls, obviously, and you know, talking about their wardrobe and shit. And they came on the channel. They were cool about it, right?
Right.
And Chris's response, the original member, he's like, yeah, we go up there, we wear whatever the fuck we want. We do. He's like, what's more metal than just not giving a fuck?
Right.
What is your response to that? Because he said that to me. That was his question.
Right. You know, it. So here's the thing. You know, that they really have like their own scene. So you know, when you have metal subgenring into like so many like different branches, I'm really coming from like the area of like your thrash, which turned into, you know, when we started doing death metal, it was such a vague, like, what the fuck was death metal? You know, some people were calling Celtic Frost and Creator death metal. You know, Slayer was even born. Like, we didn't really know what the fuck death metal was, but we just wanted to play freaking heavy shit. And we wore t-shirts, and we had long hair, and we had a certain image. Chris, I know Chris 30 years, man. He's a really good friend of mine, and they have their own fan base, and I think they started something that was innovative for their time. You know, they were in like an urban environment too, so it was like the hood, and this is how everybody dressed in high school for their area, and they liked metal, and that's their subgenre of metal. So they created their own thing, that slam thing, and they have like their own followers. So like that's like their uniform. So it's something completely separate. But I know Chris personally, like, motherfucker loves Black Sabbath and shit. Like, I love Black Sabbath. Like, we get along so well with so many of like the same influences. They're just doing something that was their own recipe, and there's a million fucking copycats to that. Like, it's become, you know, that's good for them. It's become its own genre. So they're a creator of a genre. But yeah, that was their own look. Their hats, and I think they wore long shorts too and stuff like that. And he's guested us for shows when he played with Deicide and shit like that. And you know, they give a great show. They give a great performance, and I love seeing them. But yeah, that's their own thing. Is that going to be something that represents freaking like metal? That's part of, like, I don't know, Venom or something like that. To me, it's not.
Yeah.
But it's their own thing, and you know, they have something like, I think it's like a hip hop, kind of like a hip hop urban type of inspiration type of music. So that's what that is.
Now, outside of that, personally, like for you, did you like any of those kind of bands, like the Internal Bleedings, the Skinless, Devourments, even Suffocations? Did you personally like any of that, like for you as a fan music, or you just like, I didn't like any of that stuff?
As a fan, I didn't like it. I knew a lot of those guys. I liked them.
Yeah.
So it's like I could separate like liking them and being friends with them. And, I'm very tight in a box, so it's really hard for me to like really like, because I've had a lot of people like, they give me CDs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I get put on the spot. They're like, did you listen to it? It's
yeah.
Like,
100%.
And it's like, oh yeah, what you think? And it's like, oh my gosh, it's like, I don't want to like crush their feelings. It's just, it's not my thing. You know?
Yeah.
I like them. I like them as people, but I never really liked metal music that's like chun 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 chun. That's not my thing. It's never been. I'm like, old Venom, fucking dark. When Death and Autopsy came out, I like the first two Death albums. What Autopsy put out, like to me, like that was just heavy. There was none of that chunning stuff that became kind of like the go-to of what it kind of became like what the definition of death metal became between like New York and Florida. That's something that just it's not for me. I like what Autopsy did. They influenced a lot of the overseas stuff, UK, Finland stuff, Swedish stuff that came back to us, and then we were kind of influenced by that stuff, and that's really what brought on a lot of sounds like Revenant, Incantation, Goraphobia, Immolation, Deteriorot. There's another band in that area also, Ceremonium, like all these, Vulcan, spreads to Ohio, Decrepit, Nunslaughter.
You like that Decrepit stuff?
Yeah, hell yeah.
A lot of people don't even know what that is. Like outside of Cleveland, they don't know. And that stuff is great.
Let me tell you, like Ohio and New Jersey. So New Jersey has its own scene. There's people that are really followers of New Jersey, and it's kind of like an anti-Florida, anti-Morrisound. It was muddier and stuff. And Ohio, they loved what New Jersey was doing. So like people from Ohio, they loved Immolation, Incantation, Revenant, Deteriorot. They loved all of our scene. Yeah, so that's like
non-slaughter.
Yeah, so it was back then. It was like we were like a faction, and we were all of us. You know what? I'm gonna say I'm not gonna speak for. You know what? I'm gonna speak for all of us, motherfuckers. Because we all would get together and we would all talk shit together. Like listen to this bullshit, fucking clean ass fucking recordings, all that Morrisound stuff. Like we all hated it, we all bashed it. And it gave us more reason to want to make like a thicker, denser, freaking muddier sound. And definitely Incantation was like the forefront, the leader of that. And like when they came out with like their EPs and their demos and stuff like that, it was like they were like laying this groundwork down. And we were all like building on our own sound in New Jersey. And like when Onward to Golgotha came out, there was so much talk like up to that. Like people were expecting like a more sound type of recording. Like it was going to be this crispy clean thing. And when we hear this like muddy, heavy, fucking dense thing, there was like people that were like, oh man, like I was expecting it to be like a clean recording. And there was other people that were like, fuck no, like this is exactly what we were wanting. We didn't want a polished up freaking mass produced Incantation. We wanted it to be exactly like this is. And today I think Onward to Golgotha just I think it smokes so many freaking albums that other albums have gotten bigger reception of. I will put, this is a bold statement I'm going to make.
Okay.
I will put Immolation's Dawn of Possession and Incantation's freaking Onward to Golgotha. I will put it against all of Cannibal Corpse's and Deicide's freaking discography. No offense, I know you love that stuff, but like those two albums, I think fucking smoke like so much stuff that is like so commercially massive. I think those are like the two one of the great death metal albums of the 90s of all time.
So like when you said the Morrisound, so you didn't like any of the Morrisound stuff, any of the Cannibals, Deicides, Malevolent Creations, you didn't like any of that stuff?
I like some of it, but am I biased with the New Jersey stuff, or do I just like that muddier sound? I've asked myself that question, but and it's not just a muddier sound. It's not just, hey, let's take those Morrisound recordings and just lower the fucking treble on it. No, I like that dark, heavy death metal that sound. It had much more of an evil vibe. There was none of that chun-chunning stuff that was really more thrash metal inspired. Because to me, a lot of that stuff kind of sounds like it's just like an amped up. It just sounds like amped up thrash metal with death metal vocals. You can't say that about any Incantation stuff or any Immolation stuff. Even the new Immolation record, Acts of God, man, to me, I think that's like I think that goes up there with Dawn of Possession. That would probably be my second favorite freaking album from them.
So Immolation, you pretty much like every record by them.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because some people fall off on the those bands. Well, some people fall off a lot of bands. You know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of the old heads. I don't know too many old heads that like every Immolation. Like I know a lot of shit. I mean, like Dawn of the Dead, he only likes Dawn of Possession.
Right.
You know, I know guys like that. You know what I'm saying?
What's not to like about like Failure of God?
I don't know. I think he said, especially around Unholy Cult, all the technical shit he didn't like. You know.
It's technical, but isn't Dawn of Possession technical too for that time? You know,
you gotta ask him. He's a weird guy.
I don't know. It's I don't think that stuff is easy. That I remember being like 16, 17, seeing freaking Immolation during Dawn of Possession playing right in front of me because we were playing a gig with them too, and these freaking hands are doing all this fucking crazy shit on the freaking guitars. Freaking Craig Smolkowski's fucking destroying the freaking bass. Ross Dolan's fucking singing, and they were playing some technical shit back then. It was. So I don't know what's up with Dawn.
Nobody does.
I don't know. Immolation's fucking consistent as fuck. They're not doing clean singing. They're not adding fucking keyboard bullshit. They're not playing Halloween. They're not putting fucking costumes on, makeup and shit. They're just being themselves and fucking being real motherfucking death metal, just the way it should be, man.
And what did you think of Mortician? Some people hate them, some people love them, especially the drum machines, samples, like.
Oh man, that's a hard question. I'm biased too because Will's also like a personal friend of mine. Like sleep over my house and dragging him up the stairs because he's drunk and that's one of my that's like. You know, one of my best friends for many years and shit. So I support him as family, as a friend. I just talked to him on the phone. But I love that. Who did Mortician? When you heard Mortician, who did they sound like?
Nobody. That's what I'm saying.
Fucking nobody. Yeah, so they're innovative.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I tell people that would hate on them, especially before, because now they're popular. 20 years ago they weren't. Yeah. And I would say it to people that would hate on them, like some of my friends stuff, because they know I love them. I'm like, yeah, but I challenge you this. How many death metal bands do you know that are that brutal that you can immediately, whether you like them or not, walk in on and identify them?
Right.
I was like, not too many, because a lot of them sound alike.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of Incantation clones, a lot of Immolation clones. Right. There's some like kind of like Mortician, like rip-off bands now.
Yeah.
But this is the last 5 years.
Right.
I was like, prior to that, you can immediately walk in and identify them.
Right.
Like literally sounded like nobody.
Right.
So, and I think everybody can at least agree on that.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And I'd rather see a bunch of Mortician fucking rip-offs. I'd rather see a bunch of Incantation rip-offs, because people complain about that shit too for the last 10 years. I'd rather see more rip-offs of that than fucking Pantera rip-offs.
Oh, well, yeah,
or, you know, or just, I don't know, like how many more albums do we need to hear of bands that are trying to sound just like Suffocation and Cannibal Corpse as well too? It's like, so people...
Did you like anything by Suffocation, even the Human Waste?
Yeah, Human Waste, Effigy of the Forgotten. Yeah, we loved that when that came out. Yeah, that was because it was new.
Yeah.
All same thing. You can ask the same thing. Who did Suffocation sound like when Effigy of the Forgotten came out?
Nobody. Yeah.
Fucking nobody. So I always like something that's innovative and unique on its own. When you have a band that is cloned over and over again, it's like, man, it's like I'm judgmental as fuck with stuff like that. It's like, y'all aren't creative for shit,
Yeah.
I can't like it. I don't, it's not something. Yeah, it's not something that I can really respect, man. But fuck yeah, Human Waste was killer. Like even like the black metal stuff. Like I love the Bathory.
That's it.
So anything that is like meant something to me, inspired me in some way. Even like Megadeth, freaking Venom. If it wasn't for Metallica, I wouldn't have learned how to play guitar. I got Celtic Frost, learning how to play the freaking Kill 'Em All album, Judas Priest. So this is all shit that means freaking
Motorhead,
something, you know? It's like,
Did you like every single Motorhead record?
you know, Motorhead was one of those bands that, like, you know, it's like I liked Motorhead, and then after a while, it was like, I don't know, just kind of got bored of it, kind of like AC/DC or something like that.
What was the first record you heard by Motorhead? You're like, get kind of bored or don't like it. Like, what was the first one you can remember? Where you're disappointed?
I don't even remember the names of it. Just really like.
Was it 90s or 80s?
It would have to be like. It would probably have to be like late 80s, but
like rock and roll, maybe.
Yeah. Like I really dropped off of it completely. Like it just didn't exist anymore.
Okay.
Know? So, just like Iron Maiden, like I didn't like Iron Maiden after Somewhere in Time.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I didn't like Iron Maiden again until when Bruce came back. They did
Brave New World.
The Brave New World. Like I bought Brave New World.
I like that record.
Yeah, and I really liked that a lot. That I bought their next record and I wasn't so much into it.
Yeah.
And I did buy this shit. What is it? Shinitsu.
I haven't heard that. Yeah.
Some Japanese.
I've seen it, but I haven't bought it. Yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
I bought that on vinyl and I gave it a listen, and it was more of a one listen deal.
Yeah.
Did they pose her out? No. You know, they're still Iron Maiden and stuff like that. It was maybe a little too progressive for me, but then again, Iron Maiden had Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, which was like a 13-minute song. So
yeah,
I respect that they stayed at least consistent. But
what's your favorite Maiden record then?
Oh, my favorite Maiden? Oh man, I love Power Slave so much. The first thing I ever heard from Iron Maiden was actually like the live After Death.
Okay, yeah.
So like everything was like a little sped up.
Yeah.
That when I would hear like when I bought like A Piece of Mind, like Flight of Icarus seemed like so slow.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, it's I mean they're all great records, like two different bands with Paul Di'Anno. I mean I love Iron Maiden so much, you know. I love the first two records with Paul Di'Anno, Killers, and I love freaking Peace of Mind.
What do you think of Number of the Beast? Like
Number of the Beast, yeah, fuck yeah, Number of the Beast with you hear that, your freaking arms, like you get like freaking goosebumps. I'm awaiting in my cold cell. Yeah, man, you're a big Iron Maiden fan?
Yeah, but I mean I probably like, it seems like maybe about the same amount of albums as you, maybe a few more.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like Fear of the Dark and shit. I don't love it, but there's a few songs on there I like. Seventh Son. I hate the song Can I Play with Madness. That's terrible, but it's got a few good songs. I do like Brave New World. No Prayer for the Dying. It's pretty boring, but it's got a couple good songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much all the other 80s albums. Yeah.
Right.
Down. I liked.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, but the Di'Anno albums I probably like the most.
Yeah.
The first two.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
So, so who's been like? They kind of send me messages like, who's been pissing you off the most, man? Like these bands that are coming up. Like, is there anybody in particular? For example, Woody goddamn messaged me. He's like, dude, you got to start roasting this fucking deathcore band, Slaughter to Prevail.
Oh,
like, it's the worst shit I've ever heard in my goddamn life. He's like, and they're huge.
Yeah, like,
he's like, and all these kids like, that's what they think like death metal is. I was like, I haven't heard them, but I heard the name. I was like, look at him. He's like, dude, it's the worst shit I've ever heard in my entire fucking life.
Bro, it's like so. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we have another area that's near us that has a venue where they have shows in Spartanburg and Greenville, and all the time we see the name death metal being advertised for shows, and all these, and they're not, and like there's like 0 death metal bands on the bill, so I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know, it's like it's like if your name is a fucking sentence to begin with, I'm already
turned off, right?
I'm already thinking like this is not a death metal. If it's
100%.
like
red flag.
If it's like a verbing the noun type of name, verbing the noun, it's like jumping the shark, and it's like no, it's like
dude, it's funny. Like for example, like say somebody on the loop, like but somebody and I'm out and about in my gym or something, and they know I like metal. And, like, oh, yeah, let's associate, like, what do you think of this? And they'll show me on their phone or whatever. I'll look at the sentence of a name, and I'll see the band photo. I'm like, look, dude, I never heard it, but I can tell you I would bet $10,000 cash on the table right now, put it down, and hook me up to a lie detector that I know that I would not like it.
Right.
Like, not even like it, but I would absolutely hate it to the point where I want to throw the fuck up.
Right.
Like, and the thing is, 99.9% of the time, I'd be 100% correct.
Right.
It's like, it's almost a guarantee. I was like, As like this is just fucking horrible.
Yeah, no, yeah. So that is one thing that freaking it ticks me off so much. It's like you know what? It's like don't use our death metal as your description to your bands or your shows or whatever like that. And it's not. It's freaking like if it's like screamy type of vocals and shit. It's like fuck no. That is not. That's like emo stuff.
Was there anybody actually that would be like in the death, like in the true saying, like whether it been the Gate Creepers or 200 Stab Wounds or whoever? Like, is there other new bands? Like, is there somebody like? As I said, you sent some stuff that's like, I guess people would maybe it's on Relapse Records or something like that's absolutely just annoying the fucking piss out of you when you see it.
Oh my gosh!
Tomb Mold, any of that? I don't know. Like
it was that band I texted you.
Yeah, do you remember who it was?
Man, you know what? I bet you I could find it in looking at your past. But
you said like you call this shit death metal, bro?
Yeah, it was like, and the thing is, it was like playing at like a local venue theater in my area.
Oh, you were actually there?
No, I wasn't there. Like I saw it come up on. I saw it come up as like a sponsored ad on Facebook.
Yeah,
and it keeps coming up, and it's like, and it's describing itself as death metal. I was like, that is not motherfucking death metal. It's like, what? Yeah, here it is.
Who is it?
Here it is. Let me pull it up. Archspire. Just look at this ad.
Just look at those guys.
Yeah. If there's any way we could, I don't know if we can even get this picture in there.
Just looking it up. Bunch of fucking clowns.
I even tried to listen to it, and it was just some nerdy ass noodling the whole time. It's like, what the fuck?
Was there any clean vocals?
I don't even think I even got that far. I probably listened to like 10 seconds of like all this like weird noodling, and I was like, I'm good. You know, if you're having too much fun in a picture, I get it. You know, we're having fun too, but we kind of want to, you know, if it's for a death metal freaking picture, you know, we want to look fucking sick and pissed off. You know, there's a lot of things to be happy about.
Yeah,
but I don't want to be smiling for my freaking death metal album cover or some promo. I can smile with fans and take pictures and shit like that.
What do you get for your band next? Since you're kind of the head honcho, obviously the only original member.
Yeah.
Do you kind of have like a dress code then, or like a some type of code, or is it the unwritten code to where you don't say anything until they do anything fucking stupid, like showing up in flip flops and then you call them out? Or
man, I'm lucky I don't have that motherfucking problem, because it's like, you know, these guys that like got the job are like,
you need to explain it to them.
Yeah, you don't even, you know, they're freaking metal fans. They're wearing, you know, they're wearing metal shirts, and
but you never had to pull anyone off to the side ever, like past band members or nothing.
You know,
you don't want to shout their name out, but
yeah,
you say
I was probably around 15 or 16, and we had like a temporary drummer for like 6 months. I think he only did one show, but motherfucker came up with like an Anthrax shirt with like the Knot Man, and it was like, oh no, you know, we're gonna have to put like a fucking new shirt on him or some shit like that, you know, like a fucking.
But did you say they knew him, or you just
yeah? It's like bro, it's like, and like he didn't understand. It's like the Anthrax shirt, man. It's an awkward ass fucking conversation. What's wrong with Anthrax? I like Anthrax, you know. But I don't think, you know. So here's the thing, you know, we're playing a genre of music that is so new. We're actually making thrash metal obsolete, and that's our fucking goal. Okay, that's why we're here. So we're talking about '88. Thrash metal was already kind of going from, it went from being aggression to being like the Toxic Walls, and being like Hawaii shirts and shorts and stuff, and the Knot Man, Anthrax doing a freaking rappy kind of song, Megadeth doing "Hello Me, Meet the Real." It's like none of that shit was like, that's like, so that aggression is gone. It's like happy metal. We want to do something that makes that shit just, it's yesterday's fucking newspaper. So that's what we're fucking representing today. So with that Anthrax shirt, sorry, but that shit's got to fucking go.
You mentioned Toxic Waltz. Do you like? I'm assuming you have to like Exodus Bonded by Blood.
Yeah, fuck
now,
yeah.
Did you like anything after Bonded by Blood?
Yeah. I like Pleasures of the Flesh.
Okay.
And that's where I stopped.
Yeah, because it started getting pretty cheesy.
Yeah, that's where I stopped. Well, I hated Toxic Balls.
Yeah.
Everybody doing everybody loving that song. Yeah. I'm like in a bizarre world. I was like, how am I the only person that hates this fucking song? This fucking stupid as hell.
Used to do the monkey, but now it's not cool. That's what it says.
Yeah, really?
Oh, yeah.
So he wrote that down and said,
used to do the monkey. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
This is a fucking sick lyric. Let me write
used to do the monkey, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where it's like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
No. Yeah, that's where I checked out by then of Exodus. I didn't really like. I didn't really like them. Maybe they got great stuff now. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't either. I haven't heard. Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
I haven't.
It's like when people ask, like for certain bands like that, what did you think of? To be honest, because Cryptopsy just played. I had somebody yesterday. What did you think of the new Cryptopsy? I say, bro, I haven't heard anything since the fourth record. I thought that fourth one was garbage.
Right.
And I literally have never listened to anything since. I didn't even bother. I was like, maybe they got a good one in there. I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I literally have no idea. I just checked out.
Right.
I just assumed it sucked.
Yeah.
Could be wrong, but just,
that's what happens. That's.
What did you check out on Venom? Like a lot of people outside. Some people like everything, but what did you kind of like? Like, did you up to just where Cronus left, or did you like some of the stuff with the Demolition Man or whatever? Or
so here's what. Like, I need to listen to the stuff. I need to listen to the stuff with
Demolition Man. I'm kind of at that point too, because I never kind of did. It got reissued. It came through Hell's,
right? And
I did toss it out. I'm like, this actually ain't bad.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, because I just assumed it sucked. I'm like, no, Cronus, get the fuck out of here. I ain't listening to this.
I can tell you this.
So it's actually not bad.
Yeah, so like about, I don't know, maybe like 7 years ago, I got guested to Venom Inc.
Okay,
and met the guys on the bus and stuff, and like they were great. They were great live. Like they really pulled it off.
Yeah, when I saw Venom Inc, it was about 6-7 years ago, and I gotta say I was thoroughly impressed.
Yeah.
And I went there, I'm like, this is gonna fucking blow.
Right.
But I was like, whoa, it's actually really good. All they played was the hits.
Right.
And Demolition Man, like, yeah, it wasn't Cronus, but he sang like Cronus.
Right.
In his style.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this was actually like really, really good.
So that to me looked better than like the videos I would see of like Venom.
Yeah.
With Cronus, like this had more like the vibe and the feel that was captured. So here I am. I'm probably like at that point, I don't know, maybe like 43 or 44. I'm in their bus, and it's just me and them, and I'm just like a normal. I'm just being, but inside, like I'm being normal, but inside, I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, like like if 44-year-old me told 12-year-old me, who watched the frickin' live Hammersmith freaking video cassette like all the fucking time, and like wanted to be one of those guys, like I'd be like, you're crazy, like that would never happen. And here I am, and it's like Abaddon's like giving me like a shot of whiskey, and we're talking about his family, we're talking about my family, and it's like we're just pals in the bus, but inside of me I'm like, I can't believe this shit. Like this is where like death metal like really is fucking cool and like brings you places. You get to meet some of your heroes. You get to travel the world to do shit that you never would be able to if you were just, I don't know, if you were just a plumber or whatever.
Do you know what the whole story is then? It might even be out there. I've heard they're just pissed at each other. If it was me, just from even a business standpoint, I would just chalk up my pride, do whatever you got to do. The three of them get together and just suck it up, man, and just start doing shows together, because that's what people, the three original guys.
Right.
Why does Abaddon and Mantis, like, what they had a falling out clearly with Kronos? Do you even know what it's about? Because I don't. I just know they did.
Yeah, it really all just comes down to just egos and personality.
But does it have to do something with money, or because a lot of times it's money or girls that fucking piss people off?
Well, money has something to do with it, with the publishing rights and so forth, and between like Abaddon and Mantis, it's like he wanted to take a break because it's like he had just had a baby, and
who did Abaddon or
so he had just had a kid a few years ago, and he wanted to be home, and he wanted to sit out a few dates, and they were like, okay, well we'll get like a fill-in drummer for that, and I don't know, maybe they're paying the fill-in drummer less of a percentage or whatever. whatever it was, they stuck with the fill-in drummer.
No, but I'm talking about like the three of the original, like the fact that there even is a Venom Inc.
Yeah.
I think that shouldn't even exist. It should be the three of you chalk it up, do it.
Right.
You know, and for whatever, what I would do is just like, look, hey, we're not friends, but we're going to be cordial. We're like employees that don't want to work with each other, say they're pissed at each other. This is what I would do. And I just be like, okay, say we play shows, one-offs or whatever. So I'm like, whatever they ask for, let's say $15,000 a show.
Right.
This is the deal, man. Each guy gets $5,000. Just do it.
Right.
As a business, that's just what I would do.
Right.
Look, man, sometimes you got to go to work and you can't stand the motherfucker you're working
with.
But you keep it cordial. You don't go out for wings after work. You go do your job together. I mean, that's just how I play. Like, you guys are kind of fucking stupid. Like, as a business move, people want to see the three original guys. Of course. I mean, like, if Venom came to Cleveland, three original members, I would totally buy a ticket.
Right.
And look, we're playing all old shit, 75 minutes.
Right.
Like, I would buy a ticket for that. And I think most people would.
Right.
It's just like, fun. I mean, the thing is, I think it could happen, because think about it, for years, and I mean years, the Misfits wouldn't do anything with Danzig.
Right.
They are now.
Right.
But do you see what they were selling some of those tickets for?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Like, big money.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and so, I mean, money talks, bullshit walks.
Right.
But basically, after years, everybody wants to see Misfits with Danzig singing.
Right.
And for Venom, it's like, yeah, the Venom Inc. was cool, and I did enjoy it. But come on, let's see the three. Because I've never seen Venom with the original lineup.
Right.
I've seen Venom with Kronos. It was actually here.
Right.
And I've seen Venom Inc.
Right.
Both I enjoyed, but it would be cool to see the three original guys.
It would be, but you know, when it really comes down to it, you know, when we're talking about like business wise, it's like, you know, Venom, even now, you know, even after so many years, they're never going to have this sales status that would really bring in that type of money.
You don't think so with the like, because it's almost like kind of like goddamn celebrity over here. You don't think so with the kind of like nostalgia, you know, like the whole retro thing?
As a fan, I would love to, and I would love to think that, but I think in reality, I think no. You know, I think there's still like, I think like there's still like, even though you can say there's bands that are heavier, I think that them being like the leaders of the beginning of that dark, I think there's still people. There's people that are going to think, oh well, there's stuff that's heavier than that. How is that black metal? How, you know? So they face some of that stigma. You know, there's the people that are original freaking fans and think, oh well, these guys are freaking legends. These guys are the creators of it. Fuck yeah, but I just think too many fans are probably tainted with other metal that
but what you said,
desensitized.
That's kind of like a younger audience. Because in all honesty, man, like the thing is like if I'm in a conversation, let's say we're talking about music,
right? And
if somebody's like, I don't like Venom at all, you better have some damn other good redeeming qualities. Otherwise, I already check out on any opinion you have on music at that point.
Right.
I like, unless you got some damn other good redeeming qualities, and there's exceptions. But I was like, you better have some serious good shit up that sleeves, man, because I checked out big time. People just looking at you like you're a fucking idiot.
Right.
You know? But again, the only kind of people I know that say that is like it's some 18-year-old. I'm like,
they like Dimmu Borgir.
Yeah, I'm like, well, dude, your opinion's kind of irrelevant, man. You've been listening to shit for 3 years. So I kind of, you've been listening to this for 3 years, you don't like Venom, I kind of don't care what you have to say about music.
Well, these are the same people that are also saying that they don't understand like the hype behind Slayer. Like, oh, I've listened to Rain and Blood, and I don't think it's fucking heavy at all. And it's like, bro, it's like we're talking about like in 86.
35, all right.
Like in 86, like that was like the most fucking innovative fucking heavy extreme freaking metal. Could that be something that really like paved the way for what spawned into death metal? Absolutely. You know, it's like if there wasn't a Rain and Blood, there absolutely would not be a freaking Altars of Madness. There wouldn't be a Legion. There wouldn't be so many bands.
No, I agree with that, but I find that a little weird because I got to be honest, I don't think I've ever met anyone in my life, at least that told me, that doesn't like Rain and Blood.
Right.
But I mean, I'm sure there's some kid out there that said it.
Yeah. See, I'm part of a lot of, because I network in such an underground way where like the old original way would be like talking to people face to face at shows, giving out free cassettes. So the modern version is joining different Facebook metal groups and networking and just really getting to know and interact with people that are just into metal and promote Deteriorot through there. Promote shows, and I don't even have to talk to people. I see conversations that are going on, and I just look in the comments and entertain myself with that, and see people fighting amongst each other over fucking Mold and Deicide over shorts and no shorts.
Sure.
And, you know, and people talking shit about like.
Dude, when you bring it down though, when you play like just like say shorts and or shorts, just when you think about problems in life,
Right.
or cancer or something, we're talking about it is fucking stupid.
It's stupid.
But I do it too because it's funny. But when you really play this, when you really think about it, it is kind of fucking funny.
It's stupid. And here's the thing: the Deteriorot page itself on Facebook, for like 8 years or so, it's been the double duty with being like a shit posting meme page related to metal. So it's like I'm always throwing like goofy memes about metal, and if I'm throwing a meme about like a metal band, most of the time I'm a fan of that band. Like I could throw a meme about like Will Romer, who's one of my personal best friends, and like he'll think it's funny, and it's like you'll just see people that are fighting in there. You know, there might be but then it's funny because there's people that really take the shit fucking seriously.
Yeah,
they get
100%.
mad.
I got people mad at me at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, what? What the fuck are you mad about, dude? I don't even understand it.
Yeah, they got people that get mad over an Incantation meme, a Deicide meme, a Mold meme. It's like, if y'all taking anything on this page seriously, then like you're a fucking idiot, because this is just for laughs.
I say, dude, anybody that takes anything I say on this video seriously, there's a guy that's emailed me lately, he's a channel viewer, fuck you, I'll never order, but like complain, I'm like, dude, you're an idiot. Like, you're flat out an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, you should not take anything I say on this channel seriously. It's all a fucking joke.
Yeah.
And not to mention, if I make fun of you, usually that means I actually semi-like you.
Yeah.
Because I don't talk about people, like, unless I got something kind of funny to say, or I'm just kind of busting your balls. You know what I mean?
And here's the thing: I'm posting things that are like the hot topic, and I'm doing a parody satire, because people that actually are mad in there, they're commenting, they're pissed off. That's actually raising the algorithm. People that are sharing it, it's spreading across more. So you want people that are engaging it, Facebook is putting it into more faces. So it's all a business plan. And it's like we've grown the Deteriorot page in just 1 year from 15,000 followers to 30,000 followers in a year's time, and it's all been through just underground networking and a lot of just goofy stuff. People getting mad over memes. You know what? You got the problem, not me. I'm trying to make you laugh. If you didn't fucking laugh, then
same. 100% agree. Well, Paul, you're like the King Folly too, man. Fuck. Yeah, no.
I ain't done yet.
The fucking battery's gonna die before this motherfucker's done. So we'll end up there, goddamn.
Get the Deteriorot.bandcamp.com is our merch page. We got a lot of cool shit coming up. June 15th, Carolina Terror Fest at Ground Zero in Spartanburg. Deteriorot with Night Hag, who's fucking awesome. They're a newer band. They're like Autopsy. Night Hag from Virginia Beach area, I think. June 15th on a Saturday. It's like $18. Can't afford $18, man.
I don't have to tell you.
You know, come on.
Times are tough.
Don't be a poser. Come by. It's gonna be a sick night.
Get your ass down there, goddammit. Later.